Chapter 1. The scene takes place at the Chicago Modern Art Museum at 3 p.m. A man sneaks in when a window opens. His name is Michael Smith, but he breaks in. There isn't much light in the museum, but Michael has a flashlight. He keeps looking at a painting across the hall. "It's just found it," he says. Michael runs over and takes a close look at the art. $1 million for this, he asks himself. That doesn't make sense. He pulls a knife out of his jacket and carefully removes the painting from its frame. Michael runs into a stand on his way back to the exit. On top of it is a beautiful blue crystal vase that breaks into 1 million pieces as it falls to the ground. Michael laughs and wonders if the vase was also worth a lot of money. He thinks, I guess it doesn't matter now. He quickly jumps over the broken glass and out the window. Michael has a room to rent at Mrs. Johnson's boarding house. He goes up to his room quietly and locks the door behind him. Mrs. Johnson and her daughter Lucy are sound asleep and don't notice him moving. Michael takes the stolen painting out of its packaging and hides it in a local newspaper in the safety of his own room. After that, he puts the paper under his bed. When morning comes, Lucy is busy in the kitchen getting rid of old jars. Recycling is important, she thinks. On TV, a reporter is talking about the stolen art from the Chicago Modern Art Museum. He shows the picture and says, "It's worth $1 million." He then moves on to the broken vase and shows the pieces of it. Lucy takes a quick look at the vase on TV and then asks her mom if they have any old glass containers. "There you have it, sweetheart," says Mrs. Johnson. "But don't forget that the van with the paper must arrive today." "Right, it's Wednesday," Lucy remembers. Michael isn't at home because he's talking to someone in New York on the phone. The person is interested, but Michael isn't happy. $5,000? It is a $1 million piece of art. Not at all. I want 50 grand, not a measly 5, he yells. In the meantime, Lucy is collecting old newspapers to be picked up early on Wednesday. She finds the newspaper tucked under Michael's bed when she walks into his room. She puts all the papers in a green bin for recycling. As she runs out the door, she sees the van and calls it. She just makes it in time by giving the bin over. Michael sees the van on his way back. Then they realize what's going on when they see Lucy. Today is Wednesday. "My newspaper," he yells as he runs after the car that is leaving. Lucy doesn't get it. She wonders, why is he so upset about an old paper? Michael is able to get on the van and starts looking through the papers. His words are, "Need that paper back." But the truck is packed full of newspapers. As Lucy gets closer, she sees blue pieces stuck in Michael's shoe. It dawns on her, the vase from the news segment. It seems like it might be the same. She thinks, was Michael the thief? The recycling crew is getting antsy. They say, "We have to go." But Michael is determined to get his paper back. Lucy is telling the police about what she saw over the phone from her house. Within minutes, 2 police officers show up. "It's let's see that shoe," they say. Michael doesn't understand. He asks, "Why?" The officer takes the piece out of his shoe and says, "This is from a very valuable vase." "Do you hear anything?" Michael's heart breaks. Soon, more police show up, and the art is taken back from the truck. "Great job, Lucy," says a police officer. "This has a big reward." Lucy smiles and says, "Maybe I'll buy some art." The mess in Chicago happened weeks ago, but Michael Smith managed to get away from the police and is now in Los Angeles, thinking about his next heist. With its many high-end art galleries and long history, the city is a great place to find a new job. Michael, on the other hand, is now more careful. The events in Chicago keep showing him how little room for error there is in his job. The famous Griffin Art Gallery in downtown LA has a rare sculpture that is said to be worth millions of dollars. People in the art world are excited, and Michael knows that this could be his ticket to a nice retirement. That being said, he is also aware of Lucy Johnson, the girl from Chicago, and how good she is at solving mysteries. He decides to change his name and start going by John Miller. Lucy and her mother, Mrs. Johnson, are on vacation in California at the same time. Because of all the stress that the event in Chicago had caused, Mrs. Johnson wanted to give Lucy a break. But Lucy, who is always alert and interested, can't help but be drawn to the city's mysteries. While she is touring the Griffin Art Gallery, she sees a man who looks like he knows her closely checking the security around the famous sculpture. She squints and sees the similarity. It can't be a coincidence, she thinks. John Miller, aka Michael, carefully plans his entry late at night. He doesn't make the same mistakes again because he knows what went wrong. This time, he has high-tech tools and gadgets with him. He feels a tap on the shoulder just as he's about to move. He looks at Lucy with surprise on his face. "You again," he yells. Lucy replies with poise and confidence, "Thought you could get away from your past? Do not think that." Red and blue lights shine into the gallery, and the sound of sirens breaks through the night before Michael can answer. The LAPD is all around the gallery, making it impossible to get out. When they get back to their hotel, Mrs. Johnson is so proud of herself. "You did it again, Lucy," she tells her daughter as she hugs her tight. Lucy smiles and says, "Some people will never learn. And just maybe, I'm good at this."